Hello YouTube and welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. So in this super short video, I'm going to be breaking down the new artifacts and the domain that's going to appear in Seirai Island. So it's for the Husk of Opulent Dreams and the Ocean-Hued Clam. So yeah, are these new artifacts worth farming? What do you guys think, okay? Make sure you guys are subscribed, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and leave me some comments and some questions about this as well. So I'm going to quickly just read off of it because I had to grab it from the screen capture from the live stream and then I had to see it because the wording was really tiny. So the Husk of Opulent Dreams is a 2-piece set, is defense plus 30% bonus. 4-piece set is the character equipped with this artifact set will obtain the Curiosity effect in the following conditions. When they're on the field, the character will gain 1 stack after hitting an opponent with a Geo attack, triggering a maximum of once every 0.3 seconds. When they're off the field, the character gains 1 stack every 3 seconds. Curiosity can stack up to 4 times, each providing 6% damage, 6% defense, and 6% geo damage bonus. When 6 seconds pass without gaining a Curiosity stack, 1 stack will be lost. So let's talk about that one first, okay? So clearly, the Husk of Opulent Dreams is going to be a new artifact set that's specifically for benefiting Albedo because he scales off of defense and he's of the Geo element. It's very specific. It's a very niche artifact set because it's clear that it's only for Geo and defense basically. So with that being said then, we know it's going to be good for Albedo on the screen and for Noel on the screen, okay? It will not be good for Zhongli because he's HP scaling and he has nothing to do with defense basically, right? You know? And who else is there? It will not be. Let me quickly just filter my characters and do Geo here. Okay, confirm. Yeah, so it will not even be good. Yeah, there's only 4 characters, right? Unless we talk about the MC Traveler MC, the main character, Ether or Illumine, but let's not talk about them. So, like, Ning Guang doesn't scale off of defense either. Her screen scales off of HP, and she's just an attacker, basically, right? So it has nothing to do with defense. So it's really just Albedo and Noel. Now, that being said, we are getting 2 new characters, Goro and Arataki Ito, right? So it's pretty clear that they may benefit from this as well, right? Because they may be scaling off of defense. It's likely, and I just did a quick video right before this about talking about Goro and Ito, just breaking down some more information from the live stream. It's clear that they're likely going to scale off of defense in one way or another. Likely Goro will scale more off of defense because he's a supportive character, and maybe Arataki Ito could have a split scaling. My assumption is that he's going to be like a Ningguang, where his Ushi Cow E skill is going to scale like hers. It's going to scale off of HP like her because it's considered a geo construct. They made that very clear. It's a geo construct. It has a timer on it and it can take damage and then it will go off the field. So just like this, it has an HP element to it. So I feel like Arataki Ito is likely going to be a split scaler with HP here and probably defense, whether on his ult or in his passive skills here or something like that. So therefore, the Husk of Opulent Dreams is probably going to be the best in slot artifact set for Albedo, right? Noel probably, Goro, and probably Ito as well. Obviously, this is very early. There's no leaks here. Okay, so my thoughts on that. It's a very niche. It's a very, very niche artifact set, obviously. But most of them are too, right? Keeping in mind, like, let's be fair here. Like, Crimson Witch is only for Pyro characters, right? You know, the Heart of Depth is only for Hydra characters. Like, there's obviously, like, specific elemental niches, right? That's fine, right? But then it's niche in the fact that it's focused on defense. That makes it more niche, if that makes it clear, right? You know, it's not just about the element now, it's about defense. So that's the issue here. And speaking of that, so let's just quickly take a stroll down like defense, shall we? Like for them, I don't use Noelle, so just so we're clear, it's like that's why you'll see that she just has leftover like pieces, right? But like I gave her the pieces that no one else wanted. Look, she has 18% here, for example. Like I just and 6% here, but this is not even built as 0, right? This is a defense main stat piece. This is Geo, of course, right? But it has but this one's perfect for her because it has defense substats, 2 of them, and has like 24%, like, you know? And then this one has like an attack, but that's just because it has 11% defense, and I was just trying to give her the 2-piece set, right? You know? For my Albedo, similarly, So like he has a 2-piece arcade petra for the geo bonus, but like he has defense on this one, right? And he has a 19% defense on this one. That's the only reason why he has it, because no one else would want this, right? You know, and then like defense main stat here, right? But also just to give him the 2-piece bonus, because why not? And then here again, this has a geo. This is for arcade petra, but it has a defense substats, right? It just happened, right? You know, and I didn't even give him a geo a geo damage set piece here either. I just gave him this because it has defense on it, right? And then because he'll get the geo bonus from the 2-piece set, and then this is a defense one as well because it's the main stat, right? You know, it just happened that way. So like my point is there really a need to go for like a new defense set for these characters? Maybe, okay? If you want to build them out and max them out and min-max them, yes, sure. But is it really necessary, especially since we've been in this game long enough now, especially if you're not a new player, right? Obviously, if you're a new player, then yeah, go for it, right? Because you have nothing to lose for going for those new stuff, right, for them, right? If you're going for the characters, you might as well go get their best best artifacts as well, right? But if you've been around in the game already, and you've collected a bunch of, let's just call them trash or, like defense, substat and or main stat like pieces, you already have enough that you can put on these characters, not just these characters, but also potentially for Goro and Ito as well. So those are my thoughts on that. So I would not be farming for this domain, this new domain, Husk of Opulent Dreams, unless I wanted to min-max or build them out, okay? Now, I've currently said that I would probably likely pull on Ito and Goro's banner because I would like to try them out and get them in my team, in my roster, right? But would I want to then go hard on and heavy in their domain to get those pieces for them specifically? I may not. I'll be honest. I may not. I might just give them whatever defense pieces I have left over that makes sense for them, okay? Obviously, I would still try to optimize them in some way, but then, for Goro, I'll just give him whatever leftover pieces I have. But then for Ito, I'll try to still optimize him so that he has like high attack and stuff too. So maybe like, whether he has energy issues because he's still an Inazuma character after all, maybe I'll give him an emblem set or a 2-piece emblem plus like 2-piece like Geo or maybe like a 2-piece, like something like that, right? Or like whatever it is, right? Or Shimenawa or like Gladiator or something like that. Who knows, right? Or maybe I'll farm this dungeon, the new domain for Husk of Opulent Dreams, but not like go heavy in it. Like maybe just get not try to get all 4 pieces if I can, and just go for like maybe a 2 for the defense bonus, right? Whatever. We'll see. But my overall thoughts on it is that it's not necessary to farm that new dungeon or go heavy farming in that dungeon and save your resin because you would probably come across, like I said, defense pieces already, like pieces that didn't roll well with substats or main stat pieces that you didn't want anyway, So that's that. Now let's quickly shift over and talk about Kokomi. So for the other one, the Ocean-Hued Clam. The 2-piece set is healing bonus plus 15%. 4-piece set is when the character equipping this artifact set heals a character in the party, a sea-dyed foam will appear for 3 seconds, accumulating the amount of HP recovered from healing, which includes the overflow healing. At the end of the duration, the sea-dyed foam will explode, dealing damage to nearby opponents based on 90% of the accumulated healing. This damage is calculated similarly to reactions, such as Electro Charge and Superconduct, but is not affected by Elemental Mastery or character levels or reaction damage bonuses. Only one sea-dyed foam can be produced every 3.5 seconds, and each sea-dyed foam can accumulate up to 30,000 HP, including the overflow healing. There can be no more than one sea-dyed foam active at any given time. This effect can be still triggered even when the character who is using this effect is not on the field. So basically, it's giving our healing characters a little bit of a attack boost with some kind of burst, basically. Let's just say, like this sea-dyed foam thing is going to explode based on the number of healing that you've done in the party. So it's kind of, in a way, trying to buff back up Kokomi, because I guess people were outraged at how useless she is, right? Because she's just a healer, really. I mean, she has some uses, but she's not necessary in any team, and I've already talked about that in many of my videos, including my most recent 2.2 character tier list, okay? But anyway, check those out. But anyway, regardless, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this already. So for her, I don't know that it's worth it to farm this dungeon specifically to get her specific pieces, because they're obviously shaped like clams and seashells, because obviously that's her theme, so clearly it's meant to be her best in slot set, okay? Other healers can benefit from this too. Let me just quickly see if I can filter this. I don't think I can filter it based on healing. Okay, screw it then. So then, Yeah, so like, there's other healers that could possibly benefit from this. I mean, Noelle is like kind of a semi-healer, but I wouldn't even give it to Jean because Jean has better options. Let's just quickly scroll through my list of characters here. Let me do it this way, actually. This is probably faster. So like, who else is a healer? Okay, so yeah, Bennett can heal, but that's not his purpose, so you wouldn't bother with that. I mean, it's a nice bonus only, so let's skip that. Chi-Chi's a healer, but I don't know that anyone would need to go and farm this dungeon just to get new sets for Chi-Chi, okay? You would just, at this point, give her whatever you got, right? That's decent. Sayu, again, you wouldn't need to, and plus she could do better with like a Viridescent Venerer 2 or 4-piece set, right? So, yeah, and then who else is a healer? Diona, like, she could do better with a Maiden set, right? Remember, there's still a Maiden set out there, right, for healers? So, like, if you're trying to do that, but then are you trying to use, but the thing is also, are you trying to use your healer as an attacker as well, like a damage person, or are you really just using them to heal? That's really the question here, right? And then Barbara, right? Like, sure, maybe it's good for Barbara, but again, there's a maiden set out there, right? So it just goes back to, is it necessary to farm specifically for your healer so that they have some little bit of an extra attack bonus for healing? No, the answer is no, okay? And now the final summary here for this video is that my thoughts and my plan for this domain is that because this healing set is also in the same domain, you're also gonna be wasting resin because potentially you'll be, okay, I don't want her to be singing. So you'll potentially be getting like sets where, like literally, where you're going to be getting these healing sets that are going to become fodder. Remember, for those of you who have been around, when you were trying to go get those other pieces in the same domain that let me see, what is that one called again? The domain that the maiden set is appearing in. That domain was annoying, right? Because you didn't want necessarily to hit this one because you wanted the Viridescent Venerer, but you would end up getting a bunch of maiden sets pieces, right? And there weren't even that many healers, and even till now, there aren't that many healers. So then end up, most of them are going to be fodder, right? So same thing's going to happen here, just an FYI. Like I just said, the Husk of Opulent Dreams is already a really niche set. It's like a sub-niche within a niche. Like, Geo already doesn't have that many characters, and then it's specifically for the defense Geo characters. Not, remember, some of them are HP and attack scaling. Okay, then there's the healing set on top of that, which is only, again, there's not that many healers, and not all of them want this set either, okay? Again, it's probably just Kokomi and maybe Barbara, right, Again, the other healers may not need that set, okay? You could probably put them on there, but again, you don't need to. There's other options. And similar to what I just said about the defense stat pieces, like from an artifact perspective, you will eventually encounter like pieces that have healing as the main stat. You will also encounter, if you've already farmed for the Viridescent Venerer before, you would have leftover pieces for like Maiden set, because then you would still get the healing bonus. It's the same bonus, right? So then, like, I don't know that you need your healers to do attack damage at all, like to have the extra. It's not even them doing the attack damage. Let me make that clear. It's some sea-dyed foam that's going to explode, and they accumulate basically stacks from healing. So I don't know that it's necessary. So for me, my overall thoughts are this new domain is definitely worth skipping, not worth farming, and you should save your resin. However, I can see where you may want to try your luck and get some decent pieces. Remember, you're going to be subjected to RNG as well. It may be worth your time to maybe do a few pieces to get it for if you're trying to build out your Albedo, your Goro, and your Ito, okay? That's only if you want to. Again, there are probably other pieces out there from other artifact sets that you can make work for these characters, and you probably accumulate, like I said, defense pieces, HP pieces, and healing pieces as needed based on whatever you're trying to do. So anyway, those are my thoughts. So what do you guys think? Are you guys gonna be polling on it or not? Let me hear your thoughts, okay? This video went a little bit longer, but because I wanted to go into the detail of both sets, so that's my thoughts. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. The next video will sum up the final portion of the version 2.3 main topic, which is the new